Welcome back, viewers. We were just asking Adam, it seems complicated, and I think you were almost finishing answering that question. It seems complicated, to actually get into the business, and that was my question. You actually have answered that, and we had just a little bit more, and we had to go into the break. So if you can just...
Okay, can I give you an example on this? I think this is the best way to explain complicated things and how you can break them down. I believe in not fearing anything. And to give you an example about complication, and a lot of people get put off by this point of complication with the internet and understand the technology. If any of you have ever drove or got a driving license, this is an example that I come across and I thought is really helpful. When you first take driving lessons, I'm going to try and go through this quickly. Take driving lessons, you probably, beginning you've got to do the steering wheel, and then you're driving a car, and then you've got to change the gears, and then you've got to press the clutch down on the accelerator, and it's like you think, oh my God, I've got to do this, and then check the mirrors, and it's so many things. But once you get repeated so many times, you do it effortlessly, changing all these things, gears, clutch, checking the mirrors. This is like anything in life. It will seem complicated, it will seem that it's overwhelming, but if you do it enough times, you'll master the skill that it will become second nature, like driving. So think of it like this and approach it with that method.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're very right. Actually, any business, repetition is so important.
Yeah.
In order to sell something in the shop, how to get the customers. If it's a good marketing campaign, you've got repetition. Online, you've got a campaign, repetition, and you learn from your mistakes.
Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, okay. Things are changing all the time, and how does someone actually adapt to this?
Okay.
In terms of technology and.
Things are changing, yeah, that's right. Also, things are changing fast. So things will be changing faster than what they used to do. That's not just in online stuff, that's in any kind of industry. For example, if you go back to maybe 10, 20 years ago, and you had a TV, say for example, I'll take a brand, say Sony, they'd make a model of TV and it'd probably be on the shelves for 3 years, but now it'll be there for 6 months and it's gone, and there's been a new model. Yeah. So everything is changing fast. This is something that people need to embrace and understand. It's not just online. The good thing about online is things are changing, but it means that new people can enter the market, because, for example, what worked probably 5 years ago will not work now. So even though you might be coming into the market new and going to learn some new strategies, whether that's Facebook marketing or YouTube marketing, the other people who have probably been doing Google marketing for 5 years, they've got to learn these new skills now as well. So everybody has to continue to learn, and it's a good habit to get into, because those who learn these new skills will be the ones who will be able to offer solutions, offer the benefits, and benefit from this financially as well. So the society itself is changing.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day who's an online marketer as well, and he was saying, the technology changing is actually bringing more benefits in. And I said, like how? And he gave me an example, like the mobile phone, for example. Yeah. People are using mobile phones every day.
That's right.
So they're not even going onto their desktop or their PC. They're going onto their mobile phone. But that is actually making the online business even more lucrative, because you are able to retrieve more information from your customers. Is that true? He explained it really beautifully, obviously.
Well, last year in July, and this is by Google's analysis, which is the biggest website on the planet, they said that mobile searches overtook online desktop searches, and now people are buying things lying in their bed. They're ordering things from their phone. Yeah, they might be sitting at a bus stop, they might be sitting at the doctor's surgery, and they're buying things, responsiveness, or they're learning things. So it is changing, but a lot of it's making things easier. And in everything, even if you do a traditional business, whether that's a takeaway or a restaurant, you got to always, things are changing in that environment, so you have to keep up with pace of things to supply your customers with a better service. Otherwise, your competitors will leave you behind.
And buying has become so much easier because of this online business. So that's where the market is.
Definitely.
Yeah. What's the easiest way to start? I'm sure my viewers are anxious to know that. What's the easiest way to start?
The easiest way to start is, you need to think what kind of person you are. If you're hesitant about trying to sell something online, or make some money from home or something, or you've got another job, or you're a housewife or a house husband, or whatever it may be, or a student, or whatever it may be, or somebody who's even retired looking to do something to get yourself going, one of the easiest ways is just try something small. So the two products you can sell, like I said at the beginning, were either a physical product or a digital product. Say it's a physical product. You can choose to sell a physical product. You could try something on eBay, just get a few things around the house, put them up, trying to sell them. You could sell them on Amazon, and there's various other websites. Or, for example, like the example I gave to you regarding the person who filmed himself with the tie. If you've got some skill, you know, have a search online, like, is anybody offering this skill? Is anybody offering this know-how, this information, and would people buy it? And you could probably just film yourself on your phone and then maybe just see if you can advertise it via Google or via Twitter or Facebook and see if people will buy it. So you can keep my advice would be to keep your costs down. And if you want to wet your feet, probably the most logical way probably would be getting some physical products and probably just putting them on eBay. And if you're new to technology, make a bit of money selling stuff around the house that you probably don't even use, and you'll be surprised people will buy them, whether that's on some like Craigslist or Gumtree even, you know, you don't need to pay any money for it, or even eBay or Amazon or whatever. Just get your feet wet, understand online how it works, and then you will learn some skill. You may make a bit of money, but you will learn, and that little bit of information you get back, it'll be like sort of reporting for yourself. Then you can scale it up or move into something else.
Okay. What's the cheapest way to start?
The cheapest way probably is selling your household goods, like I mentioned there. For example, get a few goods together that everybody's got something that they don't use.
So you need the physical.
That's probably the cheapest way, because you've already got a product that you've purchased. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for somebody else. Maybe it's a product that you don't use anymore. Maybe it's an item of clothing that you never even wore, and just pack them all up and get rid of them. You know, all the clutter, go in the attic, go in the cellar, wherever you've got the stuff. Take pictures of it on your phone. They don't need to be high-class photography. You know, most mobile phones provide adequate pictures. List them online. Some places you can list them for free, and people will watch them. Put your contact details. You don't even need to put your mobile number. You can just put your email address, or you don't even need to give your email address. They can contact you through that platform, and people will make you an offer and gather a bit of money, and then take it from there.
Mr. Salam, do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, very good. I like the ideas there. I mean, I'll give you a prime little example of, we had a few things around the house that we didn't need, and they needed to buy something, family needed to buy something. So I said to them, gather up all the things that you want to sell, and then we took photos, and as Adam says, we put them online, and this was a website that was aimed at people in the area where I live, which is easier. So we thought, this is clever. So they've got, on Facebook, they've got a group that people who live in your area, say we're in East London today, so you have things for sale in East London. So all the people in East London can access this page. It's really clever. Look it up in your area, wherever you are. So you live in Birmingham, Manchester, wherever you live. So there'll be these groups on Facebook. So what we did, we put these toys up, clothes and all these things. And it's really interesting. People just started commenting. And then they started coming around their house and picking up. Everybody's going, wow, it works. You know, the kids got excited. And I think that sense of excitement is important. And then when they had the money, then they could go out and buy the things they wanted. And I said, yeah, isn't this a better way of doing things rather than, you know, daddy always providing things? So I think it gives us opportunity to get the children involved. And,
Okay. I think we've got a caller online. It's gone now, sorry. Adam, what help do you offer?
What helped me? In what aspect?
What help do you offer in terms of if anybody wants to get into business or?
All right, okay. Because I've seen success online, I've had many people who have approached me, and I've sort of directed them some of the things I do and told them to get on with it. But I found that many people struggle, and the reason is because they want to follow a proven path. So for this, I try to give people mentoring, try to give them guidance. I have many students of my own who actually learn how to get started online and sell online. The thing with having someone to guide you, someone who's already walked the path that you're trying to walk, so it's easier to just sort of replicate somebody else's path, follow their path. You know it's a proven formula, and it will get you there faster. So if anybody's really stuck and they don't know what to do, they can get it.
Can I just come in a minute? I'd like to comment on that. It's very important that sometimes people are worried about, oh, what a big world out there, what I'm going to sell, who I'm going to talk to and all that. I think the mentor bit is very important, because I was again looking for different people, and then I went around and looked everywhere. And lucky, mashallah, I came across Adam, and his way of explaining, his simplicity, his sincerity, I really like that. It came across as somebody who wanted to actually help you, because sometimes you'll come across people and it's just like they want to sell you a course, or they just want your money. And I think sometimes people get scared or paranoid by that. It's not that something's free and it's going to be fantastic. You will obviously have to pay some sort of money to learn from somebody, but be very careful who your mentors are.
Yeah,
because you want to be learning from somebody you can understand, who's going to spend time with you, because it's not just straightforward that you're going to just click a mouse and the money's going to pop into your account.
Okay.
Don't think of it as that simple.
Viewers, if you are interested in finding out further about how to get online, how to get on in the same sort of business that Adam and Abdul Salam are in, they're more than happy to answer your questions. So if you do have any questions, then please do email us at our NTV email. What I'm going to ask Adam is, say if I had, I want to take something really minimal. I want to set up a business and I've got £1,000.
Okay.
Can I start?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Really?
Yeah, £1,000 is actually a decent amount of money to get started online, believe it or not. What my advice would be to somebody, say there's a viewer out there in your position and he's got £1,000. You need to think that what am I? It's best to go with something you're interested in. If you're interested in, say, selling physical products or something, or if you're interested in creating your own information product. Say, for example, there's a lot of people now who provide Arabic courses, and they provide an Arabic course where you can learn the whole Arabic language, the understanding of it, the pronunciation of it. And what you could do, and I know some women who do this, I've taught some women how to do this as well, and what they'll do is they will basically record themselves either on a screen, not even their own pictures of themselves if they don't want, if they're not confident, and they will put the letters on and they will record on a PC or desktop or whatever it may be the pronunciation of each letter, and they will put it into a video format and put it onto a website where it's like a membership site or some kind of course, and they will sell this. So a lot of people don't need to go to institutions to learn this anymore. They can learn, or the parents can learn, teach their kids at home at the comfort of their own home. Stop, rewind, stop, rewind. They can listen to the pronunciation again and again. Then they'll probably put like sort of Word or PDF documents with the Arabic alphabet, and they can be printed off with dots so the kids can trace them out, go back. You know, that doesn't even cost any money to produce hardly.
Oh my God, you've just spoken about something that I have a personal experience of. It's reading and writing. Okay. There's a course online that has really, made headline news at one stage. They were selling a course about children's learning to read and write.
Okay.
All right. When I looked into this, it was actually an affiliation sort of product that was being sold through ClickBank.
Yeah.
Right. And it actually came on the newspaper at the time. That's how good the course was.
Okay.
And that particular vendor was actually giving 75% commission to the people who are actually selling it for them. And that's a lot of money towards the...
Well, that's another concept. If you haven't got your own product, you can sell other people's products. Mm-hmm. You mentioned ClickBank. That's one place where you can sell. If you've got a product, you can put it on there, and they will find affiliates who will sell that product for you. But if you haven't got your own product, you can also go on there and sell other people's products. But that's just one website of many. Again, coming back to your point of the £1,000. If you know somebody else is selling a good product, what you could do is you could say, well, if I sell your product or service or whatever it may be, how much commission are you going to give me? And you can come to a deal. A lot of people do have these arrangements, and your job will be to drive traffic. When I say traffic, it means visitors to that offer, whether that's through Google, through Facebook, through Twitter, through YouTube. There's so many mediums, and you may have to spend some money on this method of driving the traffic.
Okay, we have 2 minutes to break, so if you can just bear that in mind. Now, I would like to actually really stress this out to my viewers, actually. We go for conventional businesses a lot of the time, and there may be some students out there, who wants to get into something so that they can pay for their course fee or whatnot. I think online business is a really good way for them to go in. Maybe parents who needs to dedicate a lot of time to their children, but the main fact to me, the most important thing here is the investment is so small. So if you take, for example, Abdul Salam said that you've done a takeaway in the past.
Yeah, I did.
I could easily say to you, you probably spent £20,000.
At least more, plus more.
Yeah, plus more.
That was the money. Then the time.
Yeah.
My time away from my family. I was there 17, 18 hours a day.
To set up an online business, I said £1,000. I think Adam sort of smiled at that and said, well, that's quite a decent amount. So, compared to 20,000.
And there's no guarantee you're going to have any visitors. You've set up your business, you spent £20,000, £30,000, then you're waiting for people to come through the door. and you're like anxious, you know, and you sit there, and with me and Adam had this discussion, when you've set up a £30,000 business, you're sitting there, day one, no customer comes, day two, no customer comes. You have to sit there and you're waiting anxiously for that customer to come through the door. Whereas online, hopefully, if you've set it up right and you've tested your funnels out, people should start coming towards your business.
One thing I admire, Adam and yourself, is that you're actually trying to help people to get into the business, and you're advising them on how to get involved, and in the cheapest way possible for people to get involved. And I admire that. The reason why I admire that is mentoring and one-to-one is a very important part with any business. Learning the product, learning the business is a very, very important part of actually starting the business.
That's right.
Viewers, we're going to a break now, and we're going to come back with Adam and Abdul Salam. So please stay tuned. See you after the break.